Previously, on the secrets of Neros, 4 brave souls find themselves in a struggle against the cult of Eldeath, who have rapidly gained influence over the town of Kron. The party didn't engage the cult at first, and tried to stick to their own business. However, over time, they noticed that tieflings and warlocks were being executed in the streets, with alarming frequency. Whilst in a job to Hogswine, the party were tasked with exercising spirits for the Bradigan Fallen estate. During their investigation, the party discovered some handwritten accounts of a half-elf named Velen, a travelling merchant who appeared to be a dear friend and held in high regard by the family butler. Although after discovering that the apparitions were the Forlanes themselves, this rosy notion was brought into question and then dispelled entirely after the party were exposed to a harrowing vision. Through the rage-filled eyes of a helpless father, the party saw Velen in Eldeath robes slit the throats of his former friends, with almost no hesitation. After witnessing this morbid spectacle, the party vowed revenge and learned that Velen now operates a successful business in Kron, and thus they journeyed home, only to find that the cult's crusade had gained significant momentum. After witnessing the death of a young tiefling child, the party rushed impulsively into an Eldeath dungeon in search of Velen. Although the party managed to corner the cleric, the latter managed to escape as the tide of battle turned in the party's favour. When our heroes followed this escape route, they found themselves teleported to an unfamiliar location, rife with exotic flora, and populated with primal beasts. In spite of their poor odds, however, the party managed to find relative safety in a nearby tower. The next morning, the party had a near miss with a rampant T-Rex, and discovered via some fellow guild members that they were on the 4th floor of the spire. Although they descended without issue, they were bombarded with a litany of questions by guards, and then had to report their findings to the guildmaster, who made arrangements to have the cult investigated. And thus, our story continues, as we learn the secrets of Neros. Hello everybody. Welcome to the stream. Back again with Secrets of Neros. So, you've heard me explain things rather poorly, and now it's Doom's turn. Over to you.
Well, putting me on the spot right there. Whoa, straight into it.
It's not like we haven't done this 12 times now, at the very least on stream.
Well, you know what?
You should do your job.
I'm doing my job.
Ooh. Well,
Right,
that was more gutting than I intended it to be. Wow.
We don't. Come on, let's not sass the god of this one.
Yeah, really, it's not a good idea. By the way, the music is a little bit low, just to...
Hey, fix.
Yep.
Okie dokie. So, as we last left off, it is around about noon, and you are all now in the guild. You're just finished seeing the guildmaster, and basically been told more or less, try to stick around for a little bit longer. He'll get back to you on something he wants you to look into.
Okay.
Otherwise, you guys.
Okay. I'll wait for the others to speak first. I have an idea what I'm going to do.
So, what's the plan?
Nargrax will say, I'm not really sure if there is one at the moment, Symeon. I think we've probably should spend a little bit of time just collecting our thoughts and not really acting impulsively right now. We probably need to keep a low profile. I won't be surprised if those guards pay us a little visit in a short while.
Need to do some shopping in town. I saw Symeon's quick miss when I tried to hit something with this spear shaft, so...
It's a dear artifact to me. But yes, I agree. We have a lot of coin, and our equipment is looking a bit shabby, to say the least.
Ah, by the way,
Speaking of equipment...
I think we need an upgrade.
That does remind me. Oh, sorry, Flint, you go ahead.
Speaking of equipment, I'd like to pass you this now, because I hand over the scroll box over to him.
Ah, that That's rather odd, actually. I was literally about to ask you about this same thing. It looked interesting, and I thought I might like to try it. So Nargrax will take the box off you and put it into his
Remind
bag.
me what that does. I'll go to take a scroll out.
No, don't!
No!
Nargrax, make a dex
But-
save.
Oh, fuck. Really? With even before we do the roll?
No, actually, just do a straight dex off.
Oh,
Go for all your decks.
crap.
There you go, 50-50 shot. There you go.
Nargrax, you managed to stop him.
So, Symeon, whilst I admire your enthusiasm, this is rather unpredictable. I haven't had time. I would like some time to actually experiment with this box before we take anything out of it. In fact,
As you wish. As you wish.
Flint, you took another scroll out of this when we were going down the spire, but it didn't seem to do anything.
Let me communicate with one of the animals.
Ah,
I told him he was a bad dog.
okay. Why?
They were trying to kill us.
Okay, well, that is a couple of possibilities. Just there's more to go. Well, I'm sure it can't be. Looks down at the box. That unpredictable.
Try
Many
one.
more victories to go. A shout over from the bar. Barkeep, I
Aye.
require a drink for the road.
One horse manure.
Of course.
Horse manure it is. I guess you 2 horse manures.
Aha! My favourite. 2 mugs of ale. I'll
You know what they
take
call that? Double
What is that?
fisting.
That's a good joke.
Jerk.
It's also a reference, lad.
How much do I owe you?
It's like 2 copper.
Do it. You know you want to.
Cool. I just wanted a drink for the road.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
So you got your walk me down.
Yep.
So Flint and Nargrax.
Okay.
So now, we're off out for a while. We require an equipment upgrade. We'll be visiting the market district. We shan't tarry too long.
You know, I probably could do with going out into the market myself, although I do have other business there today. Our Nargrax will come to stand beside Symeon. Or follow him out if he's already leaving.
I am no longer in that building.
Fair enough, he is following on. And actually, as Nargrax turns to leave, he'll shout back to Finian. Finian, will you be joining us?
No, I'm just gonna stay here and just train a little bit at the back.
Anything we can bring you? I'll poke my head back in the door.
A pretzel.
A pretzel.
Sweet or savoury?
What are pretzels?
Savory.
Right, now.
No one's answering my question. What is he talking about? I've never heard of this pretzel.
You have to try one now, Grax. They're delicious.
Considering what you've fed me so far, I feel I'll have to take your word for it. And with that, Nargrax heads out the building.
I'll follow.
This is largely going to be fish in the mind, so I was going to do the town overview.
Fair enough.
Ooh. Didn't we already have a map for the market district?
Not an official map. We had a very boxy looking map.
I mean, it's
Literally
just
a series of squares.
it's just the market district, I think.
If I need a map for it, I'll make a map for it, basically.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the trade district is the poorer of the two, isn't
No,
it?
trade district's
No,
more
that's
or
the
market.
expensive one.
Oh, that's the expensive one. Oh, I thought we
Yes.
were buying it. Okay, that's good. That's fine. I'm happy with the expensive one. We
Actually,
got some coin.
if I
I'm
hear,
not.
if I hear Symeon talking about the trade district, Nargrax will chime and say, "We may want to avoid that area for now. I wouldn't be surprised if the likes of Velen will be keeping an eye out for us."
Oh yes, he does own a store here, doesn't he? That may be a wise move.
Shame it would have been quite a useful store to visit.
Well, whatever advantage we had with him, I think it's safe to say is now gone completely. But I
Do
think
not speak too soon. Our next encounter will be our last, that I assure you.
Nargrax furrows his brow and just grunts. He doesn't say anything further to that.
Okay.
Okay.
As you guys now left the guild hall and you made your way down towards the market district, I assume.
Yep.
Yep.
You notice crowds seem to be a bit more sparse today. There are still groups that are watching the crowds as they move, but it generally seems to be a bit less busy. As if all the violence is starting to turn
Right.
people away, almost.
Quiet in front today.
Is anybody watching us?
Make a perception check. You see
11.
some of the groups occasionally glance at you, but you don't see anything more than that.
Nargrax will say to Symeon, I don't think we really need to make guesses as to why there is less activity on the streets. But probably the best thing we can do right now is not to draw too much attention to ourselves.
I agree. Let's not make a fool of ourselves. Eyes forward.
Okay.
Keep an eye out for anyone suspicious watching us. Velen surely knows that we still remain here. He may be putting feelers out to catch us unawares.
Best thing we can do is just to remain as inconspicuous as possible.
Something I've been thinking on. The portal took us to the 4th floor of the tower. Where did it take Velen?
It's a fair question, but it's
Did
possible.
either of you see anything else while in the portal? I saw multiple locations, I have to assume.
We saw
He could be at one of those.
I saw a flag myself, but
Yes,
no, nothing.
as did I.
But you saw something else.
Yes, I saw the flag you refer to, a yellow with a lion.
a
sigil?
lion with
Yes.
a red mane. Yes.
Yes. Neither of you saw anything else?
No, it was brief, but Flint, did you see this?
I did not.
Might be worth asking if Finian saw anything when we next see him.
Yes.
Indeed.
But I would imagine that Velen, being the one who created that portal, probably could place his intent upon it. I'm guessing that we were sent to the Spire because it's a place that we were familiar with in Kron. That would be my guess, anyway.
It would be best to assume he returned to the same place as us.
It could also be
You should
that
expect the worst.
Nargrax actually just came to a realization. It's also possible that Velen knew if he had any control over that portal, maybe us being teleported into the Spire is no accident. It would be a distraction for the town guard, would it not? If Eldef were about to launch an attack, for example.
It was also a very dangerous place. Perhaps he meant to finish us off.
Well, unfortunately for him, that didn't transpire.
No, sir, we are not so easily killed.
Anyway, we probably shouldn't stand in one spot for too long. Let's...
I assume we've been walking this whole time.
Yeah.
Well, what business do you two have? I, for one, mean to replace this ragged shirt I now call armor.
I'll pass you your spear shaft back. I'll get a new quarterstaff. I also need some spell components.
Thank you. I
So
appreciate
possibly a jeweler and a herbalist for me.
that. Lead on. It may be best to stay as a group. I have no interest in such trinkets, but we should not split.
I wouldn't mind just moving around as a group. Flint, I assume you want to go somewhere first?
Whatever. I don't mind.
Okay. So
What did we
Nargrax
get?
will just be following Flint then.
While we've been walking, have I spotted a pretzel vendor?
Make a perception check.
18.
You're coming up on one right now.
Oh, but first, I
Oh,
don't know about you, but I have a hunger.
yes.
What?
Come
What?
now,
My
Grax.
good
This
man.
one's on me.
Okay.
Nargrax, are you a sweet or a savoury man?
I'm not food, Symeon. I don't really understand the question.
Flint, help me out here.
Do you like sweet things? Or do you like things that are not sweet? It's like scratching my head, trying to think out how to explain this. Do you like dessert, or do you prefer the main meal?
You didn't roll a 1 in intelligence just then, did you? What the fuck?
What's rolling intelligence,
Um,
Symeon?
So Nargrax just kind of cocks his head at Flint's explanation. Just goes, Flint, I assume you're talking about preference in food, but your
Yes.
metaphor is strange. I can't say I've ever heard it. I mean, I like a hearty meal as much as the next individual. So I'm assuming that these things are tasty.
Oh,
Why?
most certainly.
Um,
I'll turn to the vendor. My good man, what do you offer?
Hey there, how are you doing?
What do you offer today?
We got pretzels with salt, we got pretzels with cheese, we got pretzels with meat. What do you want?
Oh, pretzels with... I'll turn him back to Nargrax. Pretzels with meat that is choice.
that
Particularly with a mug of ale to wash it down. Oh, I tell you.
I would be fine with the water, but meat does sound nice, I have to admit.
What is it? 2 pretzels with meat?
I'll take a salt. Oh my good man.
Make it... Hang on. Does Finian eat meat?
I don't know.
I hear a lot of elves don't partake in such things.
He said salt, didn't he?
Yes. A plain salted and the meat.
Made that
Flint.
too salted.
Excellent.
Salted 2 meats. Coming right up. Okay. He just kind of takes the pretzel and just kind of dunks it into cooked meat and kind of sticks to it.
Excellent.
Nargrax's eyes widen and just goes, "This looks delicious."
Pulls these 2 out, covered in meat, hands them over. And he does the same with some little fats of salt. Come out covered in salt. All right, tell you what, I'll do you a little deal. Give me a copper and a half.
A cup.
Silver and a half
Right.
even. I know what I meant. Don't look at me like that.
I'm now like holding 2 silver pieces. Like
Sort of
trying
Nargrax sort of halfway tried to break a copper coin in half.
to, How about we make it easy? Make it a full 2.
Okay. He takes them.
So I mean, you don't typically haggle up, you know.
Pleasure doing business with you.
But Nargrax will take the meat pretzel and he will take a little nibble from the edges.
Oh, still one's eager.
I'm scarfing mine down.
Same.
How does it taste, Doom?
It tastes quite succulent, actually.
Okay, Nargrax will sort of like envelop his mouth over his hand and eat the pretzel.
Eat his hand.
If,
Okay, I don't mean to like change topic here, but I googled pretzels during this whole thing. One of the top results is why do pretzels taste weird? And another one is can pretzels kill you?
well,
Don't give him
well,
ideas.
well-
Don't give him ideas.
He was
So-
actually a mimic.
oh god, Doom, what
Back to
happens
the
with this
game.
pretzel? Is it just a tasty pretzel?
It's just a tasty pretzel.
Okay, no other shenanigans.
Zach.
Good.
You're suddenly very thirsty.
Oh god.
I take a swig out of one of my water skins.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I like you.
So
Good.
you take 2 levels of exhaustion due to that dehydration.
You make your way towards one of Flint's things. Flint, what in particular are you after?
Quarterstaff.
A quarterstaff. Well, there is
The
that staff shop. Well, the one
Mm.
shop that was selling staffs, I believe. Top of my head.
Yes.
Okie dokie. You make your way there. You go in, and I'll just say you just going after a regular quarterstaff, are you?
If there's any with any bonuses, I might be persuaded. And what I can see.
I'll just say that you go into the store, and it just seems to be a regular quarterstaffs that are available. Some made out of different woods, but they all are exactly the same. It's just flavour. It's a 5 gold piece per quarterstaff.
Can I see the shopkeeper anyway?
Yes, there is a woman behind the counter, an older lady. Hello there.
I'm a fair maiden. I would like to purchase one of your fine quarterstaffs. I pick one up and then show her.
Oh, yes. That's quite a nice one, that isn't it? It's got a nice little engraving on the bottom of a squirrel. I think it's
Yes,
a squirrel
I do
anyway.
like
My eyes
squirrel.
do fail me a little bit.
Can I see if it's a squirrel?
It's a snail.
A snail.
A snail.
Yes.
Alright.
An actual snail or...
Yes.
I believe it's a snail. I pick it up.
Okay. It seems to be defective, that one. It'll just be 4 gold pieces, not 5 like
Oh
standard.
god, I was just so tempted if that was me playing a sassy character. I would just say, no, it's just slow like you are.
Uh-huh.
Fair deal. I hand over the gold.
A pleasure doing business with you.
Likewise. Oh, do you happen to know if there's a herbalist nearby?
Oh, there's a few dotted around. What sort of herbs are you after?
Some licorice shavings.
I'd be honest, pretty much all of them will sell them, to be honest. Go ahead. Just go out there into the centre. There'll be a stall there. Just look for one that's got a nice big herb symbol above it. You know,
Oh,
a
thank
5-leaf leaf.
Thank you. Here's a silver for the information.
Oh, thank you, dearie.
And then I'll leave the store. It's not like I'm running short on silver at the moment anyway.
See, a fine weapon. It suits much better than the shaft of a spear. It's not really meant for hitting things. It's a bit more brittle.
Haven't you hit several opponents with the butt end of your spear, Symeon?
I have. It's more of a thrusting motion than it is a slashing motion.
Doom, did you say that there was a one shop in this market square a while ago?
Yes, there is.
Nargrax would like to go there.
Are you going straight to there, or are you going to the licorice shop first?
We'll follow Nargrax first.
Okay.
I'll just say you got the licorice thing, just do 2 silver off. Just for easy's sake. I don't actually know
Okay.
how much it is, I can't spell it, so.
What uses licorice shavings?
Haste.
Oh.
Okay,
I get it. Sweet.
You make your way to the one shop, and you're greeted by, again, an old lady. I'm sure it was an old lady
Same
that
old
served you
lady?
last time.
Same
No.
old lady with a different hat.
It looks very similar.
She's
This
just
one
got a
does.
slightly different dress on.
This one has glasses.
Sort of like...
Oh, hello there. How are you today?
Yes, good morning.
Oh, you're a big fellow, aren't you? Oh, you're so blue. Are you okay?
Yes, well, at least I think I am. Anyway, I would
You
like...
could say he's feeling a little blue. A shout from the doorway,
Oh,
and then
dear,
roar of
oh
laughter.
dear, oh, come here, you poor thing.
High five, Flint.
Is she
She comes
manhandling
around
me
the
now?
counter, and yes, she's
Oh,
manhandling you.
God damn it.
Come here.
It's really fine. I just want to ask about... Assuming she interrupts me.
Oh, no, please, sit down. She's gesturing towards a little stool that's a bit too small for you.
Nargrax
Please sit
rolls his
down, it's
eyes
right
at-
here, it's okay.
He sits down.
We all
God damn
feel
it.
blue at times, it's fine.
Oh, listen up. Here's a story.
Is it all about how? My life got swift and upside down.
It wasn't where I was expecting it was going. All right.
I know it's a different song, but still.
Yes.
Really, I appreciate your kindness, but this is all very unnecessary. I'm feeling fine. I just wanted to ask about this wand. Nargrax takes the wand out of his bag if he has the opportunity to and presents it to the lady.
You
Um,
managed to show it into her face, and she's like, "Oh, yes, that is indeed a wand."
yes, this wand seems to have curative properties, although I do believe that its usefulness is nearing its end. I was wondering if it would be possible to revitalize the magic within this wand.
Let me have a little look at that. She takes off your hands and twirls it round. Oh, yes. I believe I might be able to, but it's going to cost you a penny or two.
Ah, well, I mean, if it's only 2 pennies, then I'm sure that it'll just be fine. How much?
Ah, she puts an arm on your shoulder. It'll be, I'm going to say 40 gold. I will see what I can do with it.
Ah, Nargrax actually realizing that for once in his life he can afford something. And he just straightens his posture up and just goes, yes, that sounds rather reasonable. I'd be happy to give you the 40 gold. He hands over the gold, very proud of himself that he actually is able to pay for something himself. Does
You do
she
that.
take that?
She
Take that? Okay.
puts it into a pouch on her pocket, to her hip, sorry, and then puts the wand on the counter and holds her hands over it, and she begins murmuring, and it starts to glow. Roll a d10.
Okay. Give me a sec, sorry. Just need to move over to this screen. Oh, for God's sake.
Of course.
Is it one?
It's a 1. Of course, it's a
Mm.
feckin' 1.
It regains 1 charge.
Ah!
Nice. That's an expensive cure wounds spell.
Yeah, she lifts it up and then holds it back to you. I hope this will do, dearie. About all I could do just then, sorry. I could give it another try if you'd like.
Uh,
I believe this can hold up to about 50 charges, actually.
you know what? Could Nargrax actually tell how much it was restored by, though?
I'll just say yeah.
Yeah, so
You can tell it's not much.
yeah, Nargrax looks at it and said, you know, I would say that it'd be worth giving it another try. Just for good measure.
Okay, that'll be another 40 gold then, dearie.
Nargrax
should be a
feeling a little
2.
bit more. It's probably going to be another fucking 1, isn't it?
She's running a racket. Scam.
It really is. Okay. I'm guessing another D10, do?
Yep, another d10.
Go on, roll that one.
Okay, that's better.
Oh, there we go. Okay,
That's-
so she does the same thing again. You see the glow, and the glow seems to set into it more this time. And when she pulls away her hands, it remains glowing for a little bit. Before it returns to its normal state, and she hands it back. Ooh, there we go. She wipes her brow. Took a little bit more out of me. Ooh, should have charged more for that one.
I genuinely appreciate that, though. Thank you.
Oh, it's all right, dear. See, you're looking a lot better now. I see that little smile on your face. She holds your face.
Does she hold my cheeks?
Yes.
I just got. Oh, yes.
How can you leave?
That's. I should probably get going.
I try not to feel so blue in future, okay?
Yes.
It really shows on your skin.
Yes. Could you please take your hand off my cheeks now? It's getting a bit uncomfortable.
Oh, yes. She lets go and then she pats your bald head.
Whew, thank you. That was more exhausting than I was expecting. But he looks at the wand. It was almost worth the trouble. I assume that got 9 charges in total then, do you?
Yes, I got 9 charges in total back.
Nice. Could I take what she said at face value as it could hold up to potentially 50? Or is that just her surmising?
That's her surmising.
Okay, just wanted to clarify that.
Mhm.
Well, yep, fair enough. Awesome. Okay, anyone want to do anything else here before we move on?
Does anyone remember where that gem store is, where we help solve the case with the sapphires?
Let's say general memory, you can remember that it was in the markets, just over that direction.
That way.
Should be around here somewhere.
I'm sure we'll find it.
I would say just roll an intelligence, see how long it takes you to find it.
I'm looking in my other menu, and intelligence is right at the top. Yeah. 9 plus 13. It's 13.
You amble around for about 20 minutes, but then you remember where it was. It was in a little small bit beside an alley.
Oh, yes, it's over there. Yes, I remember the way now. Come, lads. I'd like to make my way into the shop.
Not that one.
I believe
Which
the
one?
keep was a dwarf.
Right, so you make your way into the store. It was a woman, if I remember right. That wasn't that one, was it? Or was that the other
Thought
plate?
it would. I thought it would dwarf.
Ooh, I could be mistaken. I'll go with the dwarf then.
There
Could
was
be a
two
woman
s-
dwarf.
There was two stores. One was a woman something race, and then the other was a male dwarf. And I don't remember which.
Yeah, it'd
was
be a male
which.
dwarf then for the gems, okay?
Yeah.
You make your way there. You open the doors and walk in, and he looks up at you for a second, and then he smiles. Ah, it's you guys. Welcome back. I don't know if this was
Yes,
my accent before, but I hit my throat.
Oh,
not a
fair you,
problem.
friend.
I'm doing quite well now as you return those gems for me. That was very nice of you.
All in a day's work for heroes.
Yeah, so what can I do you for?
Yes, I'm after a small diamond, around about 50 golds worth. I try and hold up an estimate.
He looks along the walls. They may be a bit too expensive. At 1 second. He reaches around under the counter and pulls up a box which is basically just full of small, lesser gems. He reaches around in it and then he pulls up 3 small diamonds, which are about that value. Yeah, I can sell you these 3 if you would like.
Just the one will do, thank you.
Just the one? You know what? Given how much you helped me last time, he just hands all 3 over to you.
Are you sure? I say taking them.
Yeah, the sapphires were worth a lot more than just these measly things. It's the least I can do. Yeah, at the very least, you can make some nice rings.
I'm actually using them as spell components. Would you believe?
Well,
Put them in my components pouch.
Seems like a waste if you ask me.
The,
Can
the,
I be
the-
like looking around to see if I spot any, if he has an ample supply of azurites and citrines?
Oh
as you
yeah, we
look
got out
around,
of those, didn't we?
Yeah.
he does have a fair few of them. Different types. Some of them are stylized and cut into particular shapes. Some of them are just the raw jewels.
My friend, are you looking to buy?
I'm always looking to buy.
We've come across a few precious gems on our travels. I have no real need for them. Maybe you could.
Yeah, sure. I'd be happy to buy them from you. Just so long as it's not the
I'm-
ones I literally just gave you. He points to Flint.
They're for spells, don't worry.
That would be a good jape, but no. Okay, I have total. I have 9 azurites, 2 citrines, 1 jade. That's it for all my gems. I'll just let's say I just put them in one bag and I'll just open the bag. Any of
Seems
these
to
of
be-
interest?
The Azurites, they go for about 10 gold each.
Yeah. I've
How
got
many was that?
nine.
Was that 9?
Yeah, 9.
I say I give you 100 gold for them.
Excellent.
What was the other ones?
I have 2 citrines listed at 100, so I'm assuming 50 each.
It's 50 each, yeah.
He'll give you 150 for them.
I did have a notebook with all my gems in, but I seem to have misplaced it.
I have 1 jade.
Okay.
And the Jade, he'll give you 125 for that.
God damn.
Drinks on Symeon, it seems.
When Doom is when Doom is
Absolutely.
finished, when Symeon's finished, Nargrax would like to approach the same vendor. Doom.
What can I do for you, Big Blue?
I believe I may also have some precious stones that are of interest, and also one other item. Nargrax proceeds to present 2 bloodstones and 1 citrine first.
Okay. The
Bloodstones.
citrine was going to be 125. And Bloodstone is going to give you 75
For both or for one? Or each?
each. Sorry.
Each. Okay.
That's
So
helpful.
they are worth 50 gold pieces each, bear in mind
Yep.
the bloodstones. Okay, so how much is that total?
That's 150 for the Bloodstones, and it is 125 for the citrine.
So what's that in total? That's 275, is that?
Yeah, yes, it is. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, Nargrax will accept that. Awesome. Okay, Nargrax will also pull out the bronze cloth gloves as well and just say, I'm not sure if this is exactly your forte, but these gloves have a rather interesting and ornate design. Would you be interested in these?
He looks them over. Yeah, I could do with these. I could quite easily alter them a little bit as well. Incorporate some jewels, make a nice little bit of silver off of them.
That would be an impressive gift for certain.
And that was worth 120. You said it was worth 120 gold, Doom, just for your reference.
Mhm. Yeah, looking them over, he'll try them on and find they actually fit quite nicely. Yeah, I'll give you 175 from them.
Yes, that sounds more than reasonable. Nargrax will hand them over.
Just take me looking around for my notepad as Flint trying to search his possessions.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
sure I had some somewhere, but oh well. Maybe I lost them on a expedition in the Spire.
Oh, actually, Nargrax will also pull out an ebony statue.
Oh yes, I remember that one. I
Uh,
pull out. I get mine.
We came across these statues look quite valuable. If you're not interested, perhaps you could tell us who would be.
You know, for these, I believe Vellum may be interested in some of these.
Ah, yes.
We'll bear that in mind.
Have you seen him around lately?
Ah, I saw him just yesterday.
Oh, is he in good health?
Oh, he seemed to be. He was heading out of town.
Oh, did he mention where? He's
No, I
a
did
friend
stop
of
to talk
ours.
to him. We have
No?
business every now and then, but he was just simply on his way out. I just saw him go on a carriage.
Oh yes, fine block, Velen. Nice scroll store.
Yes, yes. You say
Ah,
you
yeah.
have business with him. Does he? What kind of business?
Oh, sometimes he'll order different gems from me. He'll ask me to use my contracts to enchant some of the gems and stuff. You know, that kind of thing.
Yes, yes. Symeon has no idea, but yeah.
He's just appearing
of
interested to be
course.
polite.
Remembering
Of
the
course.
gem dust we found at the thing.
So, yeah, if you go to his store, I'm sure, well, his boys will still be running it, so... Well, I say his boys, his shop assistants. I don't know if he has any family, to be honest. But they'll be happy to buy them, I'm sure.
Well, thank you very much. You've been a great
Okay.
help today.
Flint, can I just interrupt out of character for just a moment? I just had a look at my list from when we split up the loot from the Valen thing. You should have one citrine. You also have 3 gold pocket watches, which I don't think you determined what you would do with those. Just in case you want to sell anything before we leave.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Until next time, friend.
Ah, yes. Please, if you need any gems, think of me first.
We
Will
certainly
do.
will. I'll give him like a bit of a salute and say goodbye in Dwarvish.
Okay.
And he'll do exactly the same back to you.
I have no idea what the fuck that was, but yeah, let's say it's Dwarven.
Sounds
You're a
dwarf,
rabbit.
yes.
You're a Ravager.
Dear.
I speak to Symeon in Dwarvish. Like, where did you learn the dwarf tongue?
Oh, my mentor, the leader of the old Hammerhand company. He taught
Oh,
me
yes.
his tongue. He was like a father to me.
Oh yes.
Pains me to see him in his predicament.
Hopefully we'll be able to help him soon if the Guildmaster's plan works.
Yes, for certain.
And Nargrax has no idea what we've just said.
Oh, are you speaking to me in Dwarvish?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Whilst those two are conversing, Nargrax, make a perception check as
Okay.
you guys leave the store.
Alright.
Given they're distracted. Look down.
Was it a one again?
I didn't actually see what I
Almost
rolled.
a nat 20.
Okay,
19.
okay, I see something.
Yes, you do. Okay, so you're looking
I have
around.
hands. Sorry.
Oh, shit. They can touch everything but themselves.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry.
Whoa.
Oh.
We haven't been to the
Let's go
third
off
shot
outside.
yet. God damn.
As you walk outside, you generally just look around, and then your eyes catch the eyes of someone else in the crowd. They look at you briefly, sternly, and then they turn and walk away.
Okay, can I
Uh,
make out any other details about them considering how high I
yes.
rolled?
They seem to be a dark-skinned elf of some kind. He has a tattoo that's covering half of his face, and he seems to be in a white robe.
What are the colours of the Eldeath robes?
The colours of the elf robes are red and gold. I'm
Red
not
and
sure if I
gold.
ever actually specified.
Okay,
I
and
don't know if you did.
Oh, Nargrax, is there a scroll store nearby? I'd like to purchase some blank parchments.
someone's seen us, I believe.
We are
Dark
in
skin.
a center.
I'm
I
still
imagine a lot of people have seen
No,
us.
this
I'm
was.
still looking at Flint, speaking to him. And
So
I'll
to-
just sit offside to you.
Yeah, Nargrax
you
actually
see
does
them?
start moving in that direction, by the way, Doom, before he loses sight of the guy.
Oh, well. No
Yep.
subtlety, I
Okay then.
suppose. Let's go.
You start to cross the market square. You're trying to duck in between people as you move, and you quickly lose sight of him. You briefly see him turn down one of the alleys, and I assume you go to follow.
Nargrax, well, yeah, I don't think he's paying attention to whether the others are following him.
You make your way to the mouth of the alley, and you look down, and it's empty. The alley stretches down, and doesn't seem to be any offshoots he could have taken. There are no doors on this particular bit. There are some walls, but they're decently high.
Is anyone with me, or am I alone?
Yeah, we followed you.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, Nargrax will turn to Flint. Flynn, I lost sight of the individual, but there doesn't seem to be anywhere they could have gone. Could you check to see whether they may have used magic to move to a different area?
I'm just like looking up towards us. He could have misstepped over the roofs. Do you want me to roll on Carter?
Roll an Arcana, yeah.
$23.
23. You don't believe you detect any kind of misty step, but there is some kind of faint magical residue.
Do you
It
send?
simply vanishes, though, at a point near you.
Oh.
Dude, one more
It's
question.
lucky.
Did Nargrax get a good enough look at the tattoo to see if he recognizes it?
I said the tattoo that you saw, it just seemed to be some kind of intricate tribal pattern. Lots of different flowing lines, basically, that just simply moved up from his back and down in front of his face, stopping at his jaw.
But nothing that recognizable to me. Okay. In that case, I saw you.
I just like lick my finger and like I'm just in for the wind. It's like, well, it wasn't Misty Step. There was some trace of something, but it's gone now. I don't know what sort of spell you'd have used.
I apologize for storming off like that, but I don't know. I think we do need to be careful. The individual, they had white robes and some sort of tattoo. I wouldn't have bothered, but they were looking at me specifically for quite a while. I thought it best to investigate.
Someone you know?
I
Does
don't.
it sound like it's me?
I don't think so. No. I mean, if I do know them, I don't recognize them. I mean, I come from a small village. There's no one outside of there who would have any idea of who I am. I only left recently to come to Kron.
I too came from such a small village, but you saw that imposter plenty of stories about me get around. Do not worry, friend. People will know your name yet.
That might not be a good thing.
I'll walk. I'll just have a look back the way we came. See if I spot anything.
And make a perception. Well, you just see the crowd generally milling around. You see a few people in particular looking towards a tiefling who's trying to buy from one of the vendors. They're kind of nodding and muttering amongst themselves, but keeping their eyes on it.
I'd like to keep my eye on these two, on these this people watching them.
Do you let us know what you see?
Yeah, I'll just look back. We could have trouble.
What do you see?
A poor tiefling going about their business. We know that they're being ostracized.
Mm.
I'd like to keep an eye on this situation.
Yeah. I guess sounds like a good call. I don't want to watch any more die to this cult.
Can I like sidle over to just stalls nearby? Just take a passing glance at what's inside. Well,
Can I see stalls nearby selling parchment?
keeping an eye on what's going on.
But yeah, you find one that's selling parchment. And Symeon, you walk up to a kind of a pharmacy of sorts. Seems to be all sorts of homemade remedies, lots of funny liquids in jars.
Like, absent-mindedly, like picking some jars up, looking at them.
You look at one of them.
Mm.
It's a blend of urine, actual horse dung, and petals of a rare flower. It's meant to be good for if you have an infection.
I'll like double take at it. Like, that's my friend. This is horse manure. What is this?
There's a little gnome behind the counter. Hey, yeah, a little bit of horse manure in there. It really helps to burn, helps it to heal. My own
Say so.
urine in there as well.
Yes, I was curious. Yes. Oh, yeah, I'll take your word for it. I'll
I would be interested in buying one.
gingerly put it back. Perhaps another time. I have no need for such a cure yet.
Oh, you never know. You can never be too safe.
Yeah.
You can take this one, for instance. It's a kind of red fluid, but it's got lots of lumps in it. This was made from my own blood. The piss of a cow. That was very messy to get a hold of. You don't want to know. This is actually very good for healing you if you end up getting downed. Just down it in one, you'll be right back up.
Interesting. Interesting.
It can be yours now for a whole 2 silver.
Flint, would you be interested in such a concoction?
If we are downed and unconscious, how are we meant to drink the liquid?
Oh, you have a friend put it down. I see you two are friends. One of you carries it, one of you throws it down the other. Yeah, you could each get one.
Maybe.
Doom,
Yeah.
can Nargrax roll an inside chat because he's been gypped by gnomes before?
Go ahead.
I'd like to
Fucking bastard.
start a conversation with the parchment salesman after.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, he sounds very legit.
Flint, this actually sounds like a really good idea. I think you should hear them out.
I'm too busy like trying to get the attention of the guy at the parchment store,
No?
while also trying to watch the tiefling.
Can I like? Is it like corked or something, sealed?
It's sealed.
Can I like sniff inside, or is it? Can I like?
No opening it. If you open it, you buy it.
Never ingested someone else's blood before.
I'd give it a miss in the end.
I'll take it.
Ah, gonna be. So 2 silver, please. Pulls out his little hand.
No, we'll give him 2 silver. What the hell am I adding?
You are adding a red concoction. It's not an actual item.
Cool. Yeah, I thought
In
so.
your notes.
Excuse me, my good salesman woman. salesperson. I'm shouting at the parchment person.
Hello.
Oh, I'd like 4 rolls of parchment, please.
Sure. What type of rolls would you like?
I'm not actually sure. It's something I intend to make spell scrolls out of in my spare time. What would be the best
Oh, I
option?
see. Ooh, let me just get. Actually, I need to check the price on this. Okay. They cost 1 silver piece per sheet. How many would you like?
4, please.
Only 4? You don't want to maybe take 10 or 20?
You know what? You drive a hard bargain. I'll take 20 if there's any discount for it.
Oh, I'll knock off 2 silver. That'll be 18
Alright.
silver in total.
Fine trade, I hand it over.
Okie dokie. You get 20 pieces of parchment.
Alrighty then.
While this has been going on, I'm uncorking that thing and I'm sniffing it.
It smells vile.
Make a
But you
constitution save.
definitely think you probably wake something up if we're dead.
Smelling this would wake anyone from the dead, I'm sure.
Ugh.
Part it away. Is anything going on with the tiefling or the people watching him or her this whole time?
Sorry, it's a male tiefling. He's moved around for a few different stalls, and the people who are watching him are generally moved around at a distance, keeping him in sight.
Hmm. Does he seem perturbed by this?
He doesn't seem to notice them, to be honest. He's got a basket in one arm. He's got various wares in it. He's got some leather, some sewing, thread, needles, etc. Seems like he might be a tanner or a leather worker, that kind of thing. As he continues shopping, they continue following him, and I assume you guys continue to do the same.
Very sneakily.
Yeah, just at a reasonable.
I'm not even going to have you roll stealth because they're not expecting that someone's going to be looking at them.
Trying
Yeah.
to make out like we're buying stuff or perusing the stalls.
Yeah, I'm just sticking my head in random stalls every now and again.
Oh, an ink seller. Hello.
Hey there. Would you like to buy some ink?
Please, how much per vial?
Be a silver piece.
Alright. I'll take 16 vials, please.
Oh my. Oh, okay. We should charge more for these. Yeah, he basically pushes 16 vials onto the top of the counter for you.
A silver each, did you say?
Yes, 16 silver.
Alright then. There you go, my good man.
Thank you.
Then
The
leave.
tiefling generally starts to move away from the market area now, moving south. As he does so, the several people that have been watching him start to move behind him as well.
The area that this guy is heading towards, does it look to be less populated?
It does seem to be less busy, yes. There are quite a few alleys as well that come off from the way that walking in.
Okay. I think
I'll follow behind the people following him at a distance, just to not draw suspicion. Keeping my eyes on him.
You notice that as you make your way out of the main square area into the quieter section, the people start to move quicker, and the tiefling remains unaware of them.
Yeah.
As they start to catch up to him, one of them suddenly runs forward and grabs him by the horns from behind, pulls them backwards,
How close
and
away?
drags him into one of the alleys. I'm going to say you're about 30 feet away.
About 30 feet.
Yes.
I'm gonna throw one of my darts at the guy's hand before he tries to grab the tiefling.
Okay, make an attack roll and beat a 14. Is this a blindness die?
Does a nat 20 beat it?
It would be darkness from what we know.
Well done, does it?
Well,
Does a nat 20 beat it?
I should do this. He starts to run forward. He goes up to reach up to grab the horns. He grabs a hold of him and pulls him back. As he does so, you let loose the dart. It goes right into the back of his head, He stops still for a second. Then he falls.
Oh. The tiefling?
No, the person he
Oh.
threw it at.
It's like, oh,
How
did I
many?
kill him?
How many people were following? the Tiefling?
3 others.
Three.
Three
Did I
others.
kill him? Because I only aimed at his hand.
Well, that's when he gets you.
Just about to say.
One of his friends quickly looks down and pulls it out. He seems like he's actually still there, but you've kind of effectively knocked him out somehow.
Come now, there's no need for that sort of savagery against our fellow citizens.
One of them looks up towards you. Did you throw that, mate?
And what if I did?
No, we didn't. Some vagabond running around the town square. Absolutely terrible. There's some
Where is he, mate?
foul people in this city.
Where's the little Gretton?
It was a half elf running over that way. Ridiculous.
Make a
I tell
deception
you,
check.
some people these days. Are we causing enough of a distraction for the tiefling to get away?
Yes, the tiefling at this point is quickly trying to get away. Make a deception check, though.
And I was going to say no.
8.
He kind of looks around and then looks back at you. I don't see no little Gretton. That was you, wasn't it? He
I told
points
her
to
he
Symeon.
ran away. Throw and ran. Some young child, I believe.
Our blue
Yeah,
friend
the-
here got kicked in the shin by one on his first day
Yes.
into...
Yes. Nasty people in this city.
I don't believe you for 1 second, mate. Now, listen. You go on, and he turns around and sees that the tiefling has gone. Oh, God. Yeah.
Is something the matter?
Shut up. 2 of them come together and they lift the other guy up in his arms and he kind of just lulls his head. He briefly opens his eyes and then shuts them again. So
Oh,
you know he's still alive.
I have something that will help your friend there. He seems knocked unconscious. Here, try this. I'll hand him the red concoction.
Yeah,
Very
he looked at it for a
reputable,
second.
very reputable vendor down there. The little gnome tells me it's great for getting you up on your feet. Here, friend.
I've bought from him previously. His curative properties are absolutely marvelous.
They are. I tell you, he had the worst rash. You think he's blue now? Oh, let me tell you, it was absolutely insane. But the gnome cleared it right up.
Persuasion with advantage, fence and Nargrax. 15, okay? You convince them. He looks down at it for a second.
Oh, I'll
Alright.
pull his head back and uncork it and shiver
You
it.
chuck it down?
Yep.
Okay, you chuck it down.
Oh no.
His mouth shuts for a second, and then nothing happens for a moment. Then slowly his eyes start to open. Then they jolt open completely, and he projectile vomits. And Flint can make a dex save.
Why me?
It's normally Nargrax.
I'm very surprised that you didn't.
5. I'm going to say that failed.
Okay. He projectile vomits, and he goes all over you, covering you completely.
Can I not use my shield to stop that?
Nope.
So
Damn it.
I wanted Nargrax wants to say to him, you see,
Oh,
he's
great.
conscious. It's a miracle.
Exactly.
He stands on his feet and starts to sway from side to side and goes,
See, he's as good as new.
Yeah.
Happy to be of service. You keep yourselves out of trouble.
You notice now when he blinks one eye, then the other.
Awesome. You can fob off shit on me, DM. I'll pass it back to you.
Okay, and with that, the other guys kind of laugh at the spectacle of it, and they guide him away and towards one of the alleys.
Is it the? Did we ever see the tiefling get away? In which direction? Did we?
I'll say he went in the opposite directions where they're now going.
Cool. Gotcha.
If
I
Symeon,
think I'm going to head back to the guild. I need a shower. I'm start looking at my things. And maybe a new change of clothes.
Well, while we're out shopping, we can get you that. Yes. Come on. We'll find a fountain or something to wash you off.
At this point, Nargrax is going to say, you two can go on if you want to. I have business elsewhere in town. In fact, I don't suppose either of you know where a church or a chapel in this town, maybe? I must be honest, I've not really had time to get
Then-
my own bearings.
Is there not a place of worship at the guild?
No, I want to just be away from the guild. I need some time to think.
Can I, like, is there anyone passing by?
Oh, yeah, there are a few people passing by here.
Can
and
I,
there.
like, holler someone coming towards us?
Yeah, you make a little wave. It's a woman, human. Which seems to be about 20s. Yeah.
Greetings, friend. Could you
It's
perhaps...
a nice day, isn't it?
It is a beautiful day. Could you perhaps point me towards a place of worship?
Oh, it's the Church of Eldef. That's just up in the residential and guild quarters.
Yes, yes.
There's a few other churches on the south side in the general residential district. There's a few dotted about. Are you looking for something big or something small? You got a particular god you're looking for?
Helm, preferably.
Oh, Helm. There's a small one to the south in the residential district. It's not necessarily for Helm, but it's for actually a variety of deities, essentially. There's no major Helm church here, I'm afraid.
No, that's quite alright. That will be more than enough. Thank you for your time.
Oh, no worries. Have a nice day.
You enjoy your day, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. And with that, Nargrax will say, well, I think I'm probably going to head there immediately if it's all the same to you two. I'll catch up with you later, perhaps.
Yes, of course. If you need us, is there anywhere you can get in touch quickly?
Nargrax considers for a moment.
Can I have a look around while they're saying this to see if there's a stall selling any whistles?
Make a perception.
22.
You see all the stalls.
He knows his stalls.
No, not one of them sells beer.
Damn it.
You see a stall that has a message rock in it.
A message rock, you say? I'll walk over.
Right, there is a gnome stood behind the counter.
Fuck's sake.
Hi there.
Hello there. You seem to be selling rocks. What are these for?
Oh, these are message rocks.
A message rock, you say?
Yes.
How does it work?
Well, you see here. He lifts up one of them and sees some runes inscribed on it. You run your finger over that and you say several words and you say, well, basically send. And it sends to a partner rock. He holds up another one, which also has the runes on it. And you can send these back and forth, just little messages up to 20 words, I think it is.
Very helpful. Nargrax. May we
yes.
test before we purchase?
Wait, just a moment, actually. I thought I could swear I remembered something. Oh, never mind. I'll probably have to think on it another day. Yes, Symeon, of course. Nargrax comes over.
May we test?
You'll also see he picks up a gun, puts it on the counter. Sure, but you can stay here. If the other one goes missing, you get some lead.
He drives a hard bargain.
That's not necessary. We were going to test them right here. Symeon, why don't you give it a try?
I'll toss one to Nargrax and I'll pick up another.
Okay.
And like rub it and like, Nargrax, you're blue. Send.
The other rock starts to glow a little bit.
So does it make a sound or does it just glow?
The runes in particular are glowing.
Right, but I mean, is there any sound coming from the rock?
Not yet.
Okay. So Nargrax will look at the rock and touch the runes.
Hey, touch the runes. Nargrax, you're blue. Send.
Nargrax just say, this does appear to work quite nicely, but Nargrax turns to him. Do you have perhaps a little bit of string I could use to put this around my neck? I imagine that it wouldn't be easy for me to pick up the message if I'm not looking at it.
Oh, were you asking Symeon for string then, or?
I was kind of maybe just asking out loud. I was probably directing the question more to the gnome, honestly.
Let me just have a little route down here. He hops down from the stool behind the counter, starts
I'm
rummaging
sure
around.
that guy ate some string. I'm like looking at my clothes.
He comes back up with a small ball of yarn. I can tell you this as well, if you like. Definitely 5 silver pieces for the rocks, and give me a silver piece for the roll of string.
I'll foot the bill for this one, Symeon. Okay. What was that, 6 silver? Did you say, Dim?
Yeah, 6 silver in total.
In total, okay. Right. So Nargrax will take one of the rocks, give the other to Symeon and the yarn, and then
Well, we should pick up one for Finian, yes, and Flint too. Be good to have communication on hand.
that would probably be quite a good idea. Yes.
Friend, is it a? I'm not an expert in the ways of arcane. Is it a one-way thing, or can you group message?
It's only from 1 to 1.
Better than
So
nothing.
if you got another pair, only that pair could work together.
Still better than a regular rock, eh? And I'll
Oh, that's true. You try using those distraction rocks, they can be very tricky.
Yes, that's a good point. Are we sure giving Finian one of these would be wise? You know what he's like with rocks.
What damage could he do? Has a flashback to destroying the front of the guild.
What's been he was drunk at the time.
You know what? I would blame that on the alcohol. What's the worst that could happen?
All right, they've convinced me.
I'll buy another two then, so we've all got one.
Okie dokie. That's 5 silver gone.
So, Nargrax will take the yarn purchased from the guy, tried to sort of like get enough of it to wrap around the rock, and then try to tie the other side to the back of his neck.
Can I try and tinker with the rocks to see if I can enable group messaging since I'm quite proficient in arcane?
Maybe later.
Okay.
We're going to
Make
quit
a
being.
second hand check now, Grax.
I'm just going to say we'll quit our lives as adventurers and just go into just invent
Business.
mobile phones. Yeah. We'll beat Elder through the power of communication.
Oh, is
Crap.
it Dr. Stone?
5. Besides fan, by the way.
Okay, you make a pretty big mess using this yarn, and you keep getting it tied into knots, but eventually you manage to do it. But it's basically a very messy, knotted ball surrounding the rock. It looks very ugly.
You should have just used the string amulet spell now, Grex.
I'm sorry, what?
No, we don't have that here. Oh, must just be me.
It's not
No.
a spell for stringing an amulet, is it? I thought it's a spell for enchanting the amulet.
This one for stringing as well.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. It's affixed to my neck if that was the intended purpose, so it's fine.
Alrighty then.
Anyway,
As you were.
I'll go to the shrine that was mentioned in the south of the, I believe it was the residential district. Yes, and Nargrax will walk away.
Okey-dokey.
Be sure to keep in touch. We'll be more than a stone's throw away.
Actually, before Nargrax
Throw it.
leaves, he will turn back to Gnome. Oh, yes, probably should have thought to ask this before. How far apart can these stones be?
Approximately, probably say about 1,000 meters.
Useful to know. How far away is it from our current location to the residential district?
That's a question.
What's the geography of the city, Doom?
God, I know, right? Who'd have thought that maybe me having this map, which is very low detail, won't have, distances.
Yeah.
I'll just say you're
Can you
in range for easy sake.
can you tell me how steep this hill is? Because I can't.
Oh, shut up.
What's the topography of the city, Doom?
It's hilly.
God damn it. My only
Not
weakness.
another hill.
Okay. In that case, Nargrax heads off. So if you guys want to do anything.
Wonder what's troubling him.
Who knows? He'll tell us in time.
Usually wears his heart on his sleeve. Always displaying his emotions. It's odd to see him quiet.
It's odd to see you without a drink. Let's get back to the guild.
That's a good point, but I have to have business. I need to look for a blacksmith of some kind. Maybe an armorer.
Can I see a fountain nearby?
Yes, there is one in the center of the market square.
I'd just like to run and jump into it. Try and get all
You
this
do
vomit off
so.
me.
You're now covered in a bit of algae as well.
It's fine. It's not vomit. I like brush the algae
There was
off.
vomit in there as well.
Am
It's
I
not a very
better
well
off
kept
or
fountain.
worse? Am I better off or worse than before?
Maybe a bit better off, maybe.
All right.
Now, I said that you managed to find a blacksmith, a basic one. He's working at a forge, hammering on a sword. As you approach,
That's a fine looking blade you've got there.
yeah, it's a cheap piece of crap.
No. I've. It's decent quality.
Yeah, what can I help you with anyway?
My friend, I'm in need of a new set of protection. You see, my armor is getting quite rusted. I had a bit of a run-in with some horrible eldritch creatures. I was wondering if this is possible to repair.
Looks the armor up and down. Yeah, you're probably better off just scrapping the armor, frankly.
Would you be able to sell me some replacement?
Oh, yeah, sure. What are you after? Got
Oh,
all
what
your
do you-
basic words.
What do you have, friend?
Yeah, just the basic stuff. Chainmail, plates, leather, if you look for something a bit lighter.
I have no need for my dexterity, friend. How much is your plate? Full plate mail would be quite impervious.
That'd be about, for a full set, to be 1,500 gold pieces.
What do you have, Symeon?
That is a hefty price, but you can't put a price on protection, can you, my friend?
Yeah, that's what my wife said.
Any kids, do you?
Would you be interested in knocking off a bit of price if I were to trade you my armor? Maybe you can melt it down for steel, spare parts, whatever.
He looks over your tattered armor. I'd knock 25 off.
That is an excellent deal. This armor has seen some use. All right, I have that, but not all in gold.
Yeah, it's fine.
I have just under 1,000 gold, and I have like 2,500 silver. So
Yeah, it's fine.
that should be cool.
Well, Moneybag Symeon over here.
Selling all those gems, but
Hmm.
I guess for I don't want to do this. I guess I'll do 900 in gold.
While this transaction's going on, I'm just like looking over some chainmail. Like trying to imagine myself in it.
Oh shit! Did I
Roll
miscalculate?
intelligence.
Did I miscalculate?
See how
my
good you
gold?
look.
Hmm. I miscalculated
14.
my gold. For some reason, I forgot that silver was 10 gold. But looking through
I
my...
could-
Hmm.
You think you look quite good in some scale mail. I mean, some chainmail, sorry.
Mm.
I think it might help your chest. Make it emphasize it a little bit. Maybe make your shoulders not look so weedy.
Hmm. The second thought, friend, I found myself shorter on funds than I thought.
What do
have-
you need from me? I shout across while not taking my eyes off the chainmail.
How much do I need? Approximately 300.
I'd tear myself away and then hand him a soggy pouch
Does he
of gold
have
with 300 in it.
Does he have any splint armor there? Not
Splint
if
armor.
actual metal. I don't know what splint's made of.
Wood? I don't know.
Fuck knows.
I hand you the gold anyway. In a soggy coin pouch.
Not holding it gingerly.
It makes a moist mushing sound as I put it in your hand. I hope no one has aversion to that word.
Splint armor, that'll run you about 200 gold.
That is a much easier price on the funds. I wish I had the money to purchase that plate. It does look excellent over there. We'll have to say.
I have just given you the extra gold.
I put the gold down. After I felt the mushing, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll take a set of your finest splint. And you know what? The same deal applies. I will give you my old armor, but no charge. You can have it for free. Use it for what you will.
Alright, thanks.
You say something, Flint?
You take the brunt of damage, Symeon. I don't mind forking the extra gold for that. It saves my life many times.
Nonsense. I'll save it more yet, and you shall save mine. There is no price to put on that. Alright, so yeah, I'll buy some splint. It's actually not that bad. It's only 1 AC less than plate for a fraction of the cost, which is weird.
You now have splint armor.
Sweet. How much did that was? 200.
Yes.
I will. After, can I don my armor now? Can I change into it?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh my friend, this looks excellent. Quite a different style of armor to what I'm used to. But I feel sure I will fight proficiently in this. No danger. I have another question for your friend. Your expression when you saw my rusted armor does not put me at ease. I'll take out the rusted spearhead out my backpack. This is very dear to me. Is a repair possible?
Ugh. I mean, I suppose it's possible. But, did you really want to?
It is very... It is the weapon of a fallen friend. I carry it in her memory.
He nods, as if understanding quite well. I see. Tell you what. I'll repair that 2 gold. I'll be able to do something about that.
My friend, thank you. I'll hand him the spearhead and the spear shaft.
Yeah.
See if we can reattach it.
Just speak to Symeon while we're waiting for him to do that. This time you replace the head. Or repaired the head. At what point is it not the same spear anymore?
I'm in no mood for mind games with you, Flint. I fear I would not win.
A few minutes pass of him tinkering. You see him actually laying more metal basically on top of the spear to help, just basically to repair where it's become partially corroded.
Mm-hmm.
He cools it off and he starts sharpening it. Give me about... come back in an hour.
Excellent. Flint, did you have any other business?
No, I'm good here. I really need to get some more clothes and just a
Yes.
shower. A proper one.
Agreed. Oh, Flint, you forgot this. I'll give him the mushy gold sack back.
Thanks.
Okay, so I assume you guys go back to the guild briefly now. Then?
Yes.
Sure.
In that case, then we switch over to Nargrax.
Okay, so Nargrax is heading towards this place of worship of Helm that, as advised by that passerby.